Ever since Luigi's debut into the Mario universe, he's always been number 2. I mean, literally, if you played the early Mario games with a friend, player 2 was always Luigi. However, the past few years have been pretty good to Luigi, and Nintendo has made him the star of a decent number of titles. Even in the Smash series, he's noticeably become less and less of a Mario clone over the years. Now in Smash 4, he is without a doubt a fully fledged unique character. But, as you already know, this series is about exploring the moves that make characters even more unique. So it's time to break down each of Luigi's custom specials and determine the best moveset for both casual and competitive play. Kicking off the episode is the good old green fireball. An early hit does 6% damage and a late fireball will do 5%, and they travel about half the distance of battlefield and always in a horizontal line, unaffected by gravity. Due to the horizontal trajectory and the slow speed of the fireball, they're more useful as a zoning tool to help Luigi get in for a combo. It's kinda difficult to edgeguard with a slow horizontal projectile, but you can also use it to protect the area around the ledge while you're trying to recover. Luigi's green missile has been a famous move ever since it debuted in Melee, due to the RNG misfire effect. Whenever you use side special, there's a 10% chance that Luigi will explode, allowing him to fly almost the entire distance of battlefield regardless of how long it was charged. But it also delivers an insane amount of knockback. With a misfire, Luigi can actually KO a ton of middleweight characters near the ledge around 75% damage. When he's not blowing himself up, a fully charged green missile still does about 21% and propels him pretty far, making it an awesome recovery tool. Default up special is the super jump punch with the sweet spot we all know and love. It sucks as a recovery move unless you use it right after your double jump, but the sweet spot can be enough to kill middleweight characters on the ground as low as 90%. In the air, it doesn't have as much damage and knockback, however the sweet spot is a lot larger and easier to hit, and it's always a super flashy and fun way to finish a combo, or a great out of shield kill move. Although the Luigi Cyclone was the target of nerfs in previous patches, it's still an amazing move. On the ground, it allows Luigi to quickly cover a ton of distance, about half the length of battlefield, and it's a great tool to surprise enemies and pop them up, or you can use it to quickly get behind them. Using it right after a jump or a double jump and mashing the button will give Luigi a ton of vertical distance, which is great for finishing a combo or trying to get close to the ledge before recovering. However, when you're off stage, you can also use it as a semi-spike if your opponent tries to recover low by only connecting with the first few hits. It's pretty tricky to pull off, especially since the nerfs, but it feels super dirty when you finally do. Bouncing Fireball is exactly what it sounds like. Luigi's Fireball now functions almost exactly like Mario's, however the bounce is a little more vertical. It deals 4 to 6% damage depending on how early or late it hits, and it has a little bit more ending lag than Luigi's default Fireball. You might think that having a more Mario-esque Fireball would make edgeguarding with them easier, however hitting people with these weird green Mario Fireballs is still pretty tricky, and having them fall straight downwards doesn't really help you at all when trying to recover. Side Special 2 Floating Missile makes Luigi fly completely straight instead of falling as he flies. It charges up a bit faster than default side special and in turn does a bit less damage, but they both KO enemies at roughly the same percents, especially if hit with a misfire, so the damage trade-off is pretty insignificant. When it comes to recovering, flying completely straight can make you pretty vulnerable to edge guards. However, with the vertical boost Luigi gets from his down special, you only really need to use side special if you're hit extremely close to the blast zone. Fiery Jump Punch is a strange custom move. I say strange because it doesn't really offer any significant advantages for all of its disadvantages. I mean, you do have more horizontal momentum than default up special, but you get less vertical distance, making it worse for recovering. The sweet spot is a bit larger and easier to hit, but it also delivers less damage and knockback, KOing middleweight characters at around 120 to 130%. Overall, up special 2 is just a bad version of default up special. Down Special 2 is the Mach Cyclone, and this custom move trades Luigi's horizontal mobility for an insane amount of vertical distance, and if that wasn't enough, it also has a super strong final hit. The move begins with the Wind Box, which makes it kind of hard to punish rolls unlike default Down Special, however the final hit delivers much more knockback, which can KO middleweights as low as 80% while edgeguarding. And when it comes to recovering, you don't even need an up special when you have the Mach Cyclone. Neutral Special 3 is the super cool Ice Ball. It starts up slower than the other two fireballs and travels slower as well, but this makes it so that you can have two on screen at a time. At 45 to 60% damage depending on the character, enemies will actually get frozen when hit with an ice ball, which will allow you to prepare for a devastating follow-up or just simply rack up more damage. Quick Missile allows Luigi to fly much farther and faster, which is great for recovering. But there's considerably more ending lag than the other two side specials because Luigi will slide for about a second and a half if he lands on the stage or on a platform. He'll also get his head stuck in the wall if you hit the side of the stage, which is just asking to get yourself meteor smashed or stage spiked. Damage-wise, it's right in between Green Missile and Floating Missile, however when misfired it deals less damage and knockback than both of the other side specials. Up Special 3 gives Luigi about twice the vertical recovery distance of default Up Special, and if you input the move right after using a double jump, the vertical distance is almost triple. However, the damage output on this move is terrible, and it doesn't even have the famous fiery sweet spot. But you can bury grounded opponents with it, and due to having very little ending lag, Luigi also has time for a follow-up. Unfortunately, hitting aerial opponents will knock them away instead of meteor smash them, but overall Up Special 3 is more of a recovery move than an offensive one, so you're not going to really be using it to hit people anyways. Down Special 3 Clothesline Cyclone trades speed and vertical distance for sheer power and knockback. The first hit has a semi-spiked property which can be useful near the ledge when edge guarding, however the final hit is what the hype is all about. Connecting with the last hit of Clothesline Cyclone can KO middleweight characters anywhere on Final Destination at as low as 110% damage. The first hit of the move will knock opponents away however, so timing the finishing blow can be pretty tricky. Luigi is one of those characters whose default moveset is already pretty good, so when deciding which customs to use, it's important to pick the ones that aren't going to change Luigi's overall playstyle, but complement it instead. If you're looking for a custom Luigi moveset that adds on his already amazing tools and makes your matches a bit more interesting, here's the special set that I would recommend. Neutral Special 3, Ice Ball. Side Special 2, Floating Missile. Up Special 1, Super Jump Punch. And Down Special 2, Mach Cyclone. Although the ice balls don't travel as far or as fast as the fireballs, being able to have two on screen at a time makes spamming them much more viable. The added freeze effect is also a huge bonus because it's extremely useful for stuffing enemy approaches or making the ledge a bit more safe when you're trying to recover. Speaking of recovering, Side Special 2 charges much faster than the other two missiles, so when hit way out towards the blast zone, this move becomes extremely useful. Flying completely horizontal can make it predictable to edgeguard. However, with Mach Cyclone really helping out Luigi's recovery, you shouldn't really need to use Floating Missile unless you're super far out, and in that case you're probably safe to use it without getting punished. Luigi's default Up Special basically has no contest. Up Special 2 is just a terrible custom move overall, and the Burial Header completely removes the fiery sweet spot, which, I mean, who are we kidding? The sweet spot is the only thing that makes this move awesome. Mach Cyclone isn't as strong as Down Special 3 and doesn't have the horizontal mobility of default Down Special, however it does have the best of both worlds. Luigi not only maintains his ability to rise while performing his Cyclone, but can climb much higher with Down Special 2, allowing for easier aerial follow-ups and a much better recovery. The final hit may not be as strong as Clothesline Cyclone, but it still packs a huge punch and keeps its status as a crazy KO move. So there you have it, Custom Corner episode 16 finally done. I know it's been incredibly long since the last episode, but as I'm sure you've noticed, I've been making a ton of changes to my channel and I'm going to be focusing more on these type of guide videos. Let me know what you think of this custom moveset in the comments. Would you change any of the moves? Don't forget to let me know which character you'd like to see next, and if you enjoyed the video, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. If you want to see more of my guide style videos, make sure to click the top video on your screen, and if you want to check out the Replay Remix series where you can submit clips to be featured, click the bottom video. I'm Smash Central, and as always, thanks for watching all the way until the end. Happy smashing!